first little waterfall for the day. Not a whole lot. The blue blazes, and then all of a sudden it shows up. There it is. So I'm still on the right track. Used to be a bridge here, it looks like. Bridge over Lee Creek. Pretty well marked for the Butterfield hiking trail, the BHT. And I get to cross the creek. And I get to leave my boots on because there's no water. I brought my water shoes just in case. There's a little flow, but no wet feet yet. Whoop. And I still have plenty of water, so I'm not stopping to get any yet. I may regret, but I still have plenty. All right, this is my first big hill.
You behind me.
And it's used for bikes too. It's always nice to see these little signs like this right here. Of course, it's also nice to see the blue mile marker for the blue blazes. I'm assuming if that's a creek, it looks really dry. Good thing I'm well stocked up on water. It is beautiful in here. And it's like walking under a tunnel of trees. Right now, this ground's soft. No, not hardly any rock in it. But I'm sure that'll change as we get higher. Tree down. I am definitely headed uphill. I don't know how steep of a grade this is. I'm sure others do. I can definitely feel it though. It's a good burn. I would say that's probably a waterfall that's usually there, but as you can tell, there's absolutely no water. But just looking at the way this moss is curved around that, I would say that that would have been a waterfall. And the way that is growing, I would say it hasn't had water here in a while. All right, I'm headed up that mountain or hill. For a boy from Kansas, that would be a mountain. Everything's pretty flat in Kansas. But we aren't in Kansas anymore. I know you were waiting for that one, right? All right, here we go. I finally reached some flat surface. A little over 2.5 miles. Into this trail, but finally reached some flat surface. So still about 2 miles per hour, I guess. It's about hour and a half, almost an hour and a half into it. There's a campground called Quail Valley. I think it's what it's called. It's 5 miles into it. And then another one 7 miles into it. I forgot the name of it. Then one called, I think it's called Junction Creek. That's 9 miles into it. So I'll make some decision. They said that there's always water at Junction Creek. So if I can go 9 miles today, I'm gonna try to do that. Oh, look, found a little puddle of water. That's the first water I've seen. It's not a whole lot either. It's a little creek, but there's not, I don't see any water running. Looks like that could be a good source at some point of the year, probably in the spring after all the rains. So anyway, I'll come back later. You meet all kinds of things out here on the trail, and this little fella is probably looking for some water. You looking for some water? All right, I'll let you pass. I'll be on my way. Big tree that fell. Look at that thing. Yeah, it fell right across the trail. Wow. Well, I can go over it. I can go under it. I don't feel like squatting and crawling. So I'm going around it. It's pretty clear up in here. The park ranger or lady at the registration center for the trail told me they did like a controlled burn the first about 5 or 6 months ago, and so you can still see some burn marks on some of those trees if you look right in here. And she said when they did that, it burned down some of the blue blazes, and that they went back in and put them back up, and she said they were pretty well, or that you could see them pretty well for like the first 5 miles, and then you had to start really looking for them. But she said that I should still be able to follow those blue blazes, but I don't know how many, I don't know how far I'm into this section of the trail, but I have not seen a blue blaze, so I hope I'm still on the right path here. We'll get it figured out. Might have to do some backtrack. What is this? Can't really read it. It looks like maybe a bike trail. It's hard to see up there at the very top, but anyway, I'll get it figured out. At least the trail is opened. It's not narrow. I haven't had many spider webs on this section so far. Up there's another sign. Let's go see what it says. I see these Devil's Den State Park boundary signs here. No firearms, hunting, or motorized vehicles. All right, let's see what this says up here. Holt Ridge LP. I'm gonna have to refer back to my map here. We'll see what's going on. Okay, so I'm headed back the other way. After looking at the map, it looks like I must have missed the blue blaze that took a left, and I kept going straight on this road. I thought this thing was opened up quite a bit, but I'm about a mile off, so I'm going to get some extra steps in today. Anyway, still pretty, and I'm still good on water, so I'm good. Well, I missed the blue blaze that turned off to the left on the trail and headed down the road here about a mile before I realized that, hey, I haven't seen a blue blaze in a while. And so I've doubled back, and I remember coming across this, and right over there is a blue blaze, and the trail goes off that way. So it's a good time to grab some lunch, and because my oatmeal this morning has wore off. So we're gonna grab some lunch and get back on the trail. Backtracked about a mile, and before coming back up these blue blazes, what I did, I stopped and had some lunch. It's about 2.5 hours into the trail so far, so I don't know if I've got more climbing to do or not, but right now this is pretty level walking here, or level hiking. You can see where they did that control burn through here. Like the ranger was telling me about 5 or 6 months ago. But so far, really nice. We'll get to Quail Valley and we'll take another look at what that looks like here in just a little bit, hopefully. Oh, this is beautiful. These big old rocks. I'm still so new at this. I don't know if it's a good trail or a bad trail, but this is certainly the best trail I've been on compared to what I've been on around, home, the Kansas City area. But it's nice. Got these big rocks like that one right there, all around. Yeah. Well, that one's wouldn't be such a great place to sit and have lunch, but I just passed a bunch of them, and it was all clear up in there. Still on the Blue Blaze Trail, the Butterfield hiking trail. And I rechecked my map, and I'm guessing this is somewhere about 5 miles into it. I see the blue blaze. But what got me to check my map was this. You know that road I was on earlier? I could have just stayed on it. I didn't look close. I don't have my reading glasses on. I got my mono vision contacts in. And if I had just looked a little bit closer or got my reading glasses out, I would have realized that. But anyway, it is what it is, and I'm getting great exercise, and I'm enjoying God's creations out here. All right, still looking for Quail Valley campsite. That's the first one. Should be coming up close because shows it's about between 5 and 6 miles on the map. It's important to have a map, but what's really important about having a map is being able to read it. Anyway, we could talk forever about that, but more to come. Terrain right now, so that my speed has dropped drastically because of these. I'm thankful I have, you know, a decent pair of boots. Others may question that, but I would have rolled my ankles many times out here had I been wearing shoes or trail runner shoes, I think. I got my boots ankle, at least up to the ankles, so it's giving me some added support, which has been helpful. the trail getting a little rocky. It has got a lot more rockier. I just came from there. Those little rocks grew up here to be bigger rocks. Oh yeah. That's the way they did it in Arkansas. Coming down, and we're gonna cross, the trail goes right down through here. You can see we got a little directional post there, and of course our blue blaze and our blue blaze. And that's a creek. I've seen this creek before on Caveman's, he's a YouTuber. I'll give you a link to his.
It is time to filter some water out of this spring. So my Sawyer squeeze bag will fill this up. I left my pack up there on top of the hill. I climb down here and get some water. It's kind of slick.
Go down over here. All right, I'll be right back. This view just came up. It's kind of a cloudy day today, but I haven't had any rain. There's only last I checked, there's only like a 10% chance there would be, but anyway, kind of pretty. Something cool to look at. flowing yet, but what caught my eye was these yellow flowers. I don't know what these are, but look how it's like a cocoon, and I guess they pop out like that. Pretty cool. It is running water. That's the first I've seen, and for me, I'm almost 8 miles into this because of that wrong turn and double backing. But I don't know if you can see this, but that is so clear. Now I still wouldn't drink it without, filtering it first. But I am going to fill up my bladder for my Sawyer in my empty water bottle that I've already emptied out. And I'm going to check my 2-liter Camelback and see how much water I have left in it. I may also filter some water into that. 'Cause, I don't know how far I'm going to get tonight or today. It's 3:23 right now, and there's a campsite at 5 miles and a campsite at 7, and then another one at 9 miles. The one at 9 miles, I'm told, is got water, but I don't know that I'm going to make it to that one tonight. And since I'm here over the next 2 days, I may just stop off at the 5 mile and camp there. I got some new equipment. My other hammock broke in that windstorm that I was in, the wind and the rain. It rained there for 2 days at Clinton Lake, last camp trip. So I sent it back and I got another one. And so this will be the first time I've set this up. And so I'm going to see if I can, maybe I'd stop off at the 5 mile and I don't know if there would be water there. The ranger didn't know how much water there would be, but I got water here, so I'm not worried. I'll just filter it and take my time, enjoy Mother Nature out here. Oh, and my Chiefs are playing. I hope they're doing a good job, but I have no reception out here, so I have no clue. All right, see you in a little bit. How about these little Sawyer minis? But that's pretty clear water. But I mean, that looks like it just came out of my refrigerator filtered water. And basically, that's what it is. But I've got the little mini squeeze. So it's about 24 ounces there. And that's the 16-ounce bladder for the mini squeeze. So I'm going to fill that up too. And that'll give me, again, about 4 liters of water. So I'm adding my weight back up, and I'm pretty good on my Camelback water. So, and I've got a liter there. And that's fuel. I don't want to. That's for my stove for cooking tonight. Then I've got a full smart water container there. That's almost, that's 700 milliliters there. And then my Camelback, and it's still pretty full. I've been drinking out of the bottle today. It's just much easier. Well, and it's been cool out here today. That Camelback, the one thing I don't like about that is that, it sits right behind my back, and I'm hot and sweaty, and you start to drink it, and the water's hot. And that's another great thing I love about this little creek thing or spring or whatever this is. This water it's not ice cold, but it's cold compared to, you know, what you would find around a lake or something like that at this time of year. So we're going to fill this up and get going. You know, we were looking at this from above earlier up there, but check this out. This is that water source I was getting water from. I could have come down here and just filled my sawyer up right there. What a view. I'm sure, I mean, if the water was higher, that would be much prettier, but it's still water. I'm loaded to the max right now. This is cool. I don't know how long ago those rocks fell, but I hope none fall on me right now. I mean, this would be a cool campground, especially if you needed to get out of the rain. It's cool in here too. Of course, I stopped for a while and rehydrated. They've got, someone's had a campfire there. Looks like Timmy was just here a couple of days ago. Another campfire over in there. Pretty cool. I don't know how my lighting is in here. It's pretty shady right now with the cloudy overcast. But I'm hammock camping and those trees are too close together, at least in my opinion, for what it's worth. But we're pressing on. We've got another little hill to climb. I heard something. I can hear more water over there too. Well, I've officially made it now to the 5-mile marker, even though according to my All Trails GPS, I've walked or hiked in so far about 8.3 miles. And part of that's because I took, you know, a wrong turn or didn't take the right turn and kept going straight. And, well, had to double back, and, you know, my inability to see my map correctly, because I didn't want to take my backpack off and get my reading glasses out, and you know, I doubled back where if I just stayed on the same path, I would have intersected again with the BHT. So I'm getting some extra steps in today. But according to the All Trails GPS, which I love that app, by the way, I'm averaging about 30 or a mile every 31 minutes. So I'm making better time than what I thought I would, especially carrying this backpack, which when I left home, it was weighing in about 45, 46 pounds with food for, what, 2 days, 2.5 days on the trail. So anyway, better than what I thought. I gave myself 3 days to do this, and because on their website, when you look at the Butterfield hiking trail, it shows, about 1 mile, or the average speed is 1 mile per hour. So I figured I was going to need more time to do this, but I mean, there's been parts of it that have gone by fast, and then there's been parts that have gone by really slow, like that really rocky area earlier. Oh my gosh. Talking about some ankle twisters. Thank God for these boots again. And but anyway, this is I bet this is Quail Valley right here. I don't see a marking on it, but I see some campsites here. This has got to be it. Anyway, we'll check it out. Gosh, it's only 3:55. 2 more miles. I can do that by 5 o'clock if I'm going on the same pace. This is gorgeous, though. Look at that. Somebody's already left me some firewood. Look at these chairs. I don't know. I'm almost 9 miles into it today. What, do 5, to the 5 mile marker, and 5 to Junction campsite, or Junction Creek. Let's see, what's our water situation here? And we just found water about a half mile back. Normally I would say there's a creek running here. There isn't a drop of water in it. It's just some beautiful, beautiful scenery here. That would be a waterfall, I'm assuming. I bet it is in the spring after all the rains. Very rocky terrain, but beautiful. Okay, more to come. Well, camp is set. Well, the hammock is. So I'm testing it out. And so far, I like it. This is the Sun Valley hammock. It's one of the, more cost-effective hammock for your beginner backpackers. And so it comes with the straps. You can see up there on both sides. And this is actually I guess a double hammock, a double hammock. It's got a lot of room in it. And it was the same price as the other that I got that just ripped to shreds, in the rainstorm. And I don't know, it had a mosquito net on it. And by the way, this one does too. Let me show you how this works. Oops. Okay, cord. You just actually flip it over. And voila, there's the mosquito hammock, or the mosquito net. And it came with the cordage and everything needed to tie it off. I haven't really been bothered by mosquitoes since I've been up in this area, but probably tonight I will tie it off, and I've got it set ready to go. All I got to do is just run the cordage, up to these trees. And next, I'm going to get my tarp up, and I'm going to set it up in what they call porch mode. And because the scenery out here, and I don't know if my camera's showing a good shot of it or not, but the scenery is just incredible. I mean, I got this huge rock formation right here. There's not going to be a whole lot of wind tonight, I don't think, with that up against me. And I'm going to have a campfire going right here. Someone has already left me some wood, so I may have to gather some more. But I mean, there's firewood all over the place over here, so it's going to be pretty easy to find. Much easier than what it was at my last campsite on the George Latham Trail. So anyway, I should have a good roaring fire tonight, and I'm probably going to need it tonight. It's first really cool weather, and I say cool, I mean we've been hitting in the 80s and 90s, and then all of a sudden we had these rains come in, and it's kind of cooled everything off. So tonight, the last time I checked or had internet or phone service, so I could check the weather tonight is supposed to be like in the low to mid 50s. So that's getting down pretty cool for early October in this area. So anyway, I'm going to finish getting this set up. It's 4:09. Talk to you soon.